I have just 3 days to bake all of the inventory for my upcoming pop-up. I started my day dark and early at 6 a.m. It's a no-spill coffee morning, so I'm hoping that means the next 3 days are going to be at least okay. My first task of the day was to get out all of my ingredients to come up to room temperature before baking. I'm going to be baking 20 batches of cake for all of my cake jars and my heart cake. Along with all those batches of cake, I'm making a bunch of batches of buttercream, ganache, caramel. I quickly changed. This is my baking fit of the day. I sat down to write out my schedule for the next 3 days, and you guys, this took so freaking long. There was so much to tackle. I'll be working around 20 hours a day for the next 3 days, and then on pop-up day, I'll work about 10 hours. This is how my schedule looked. It's a lot. I'm stressed just looking at it, but it's fine. We drink coffee and we move along, okay? When I was originally writing out my to-do list, I was going to do all of my sheet cakes in the first half of the day, but then I decided I wanted to do all of my buttercream and fillings, basically. So we're starting with my mock Swiss meringue buttercream. I'm doing 6 double batches, so 12 batches total. I feel like ingredient prep takes so long, and I always just want to like get into the day and get into the baking so that I feel like I'm actually doing something. So I was very excited to actually start the double boiler process. Once the first 4 batches were on the mixers, I quickly had some risotto. By the time I was done eating, the first double batch of buttercream was done, which was really exciting. I got out this giant container for the buttercream today. Okay, this is 18 quarts as opposed to the normal 16 that I do. I, of course, had to taste test for quality control. It was absolutely freaking delicious. My second double batch was done. I was feeling good. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start my third and fourth batch. I'm getting my apron on. I feel cute. But while I was trying to be cute and show you guys my apron, I left the eggs on too long and they literally just turned into scrambled eggs. Okay, I was not mixing the egg white. You can tell here that the mood has changed, and honestly, normally I wouldn't care. I would just like move past it. But eggs are so expensive, in fact, that this cost me $12. Ruining this batch cost me $12, and that's not including the cost of the sugar or my time. So yeah, you could say I was a little frustrated, but it's fine. I got the third and fourth batch done. I was feeling pretty good, and then we moved on to the fifth and sixth double batch. This took me a few hours. Mock Swiss meringue buttercream is extremely time consuming. It takes freaking forever to make, but I think it's worth it. It's not too sweet. It's really delicious. It kind of tastes like vanilla ice cream, and it looked beautiful. 44 pounds of buttercream later, and here we are. The goal is that this will fill all of my cake jars and all of my cakes, and then I'll make 2 batches on Saturday to decorate my cakes. Now we're moving on to all of the macaron fillings, okay? I'm only doing ganache for macarons this year. I feel like Valentine's Day is made for decadence, and I really wanted to do some decadent flavor. So there's a lot of chocolate, there's strawberry, pistachio, cookie butter. All of my favorite flavors that I think translate really well with my client base. I made 2 3-times batches of dark chocolate ganache. I needed a lot of it because I'm using it for cake jars, macarons, and cakes. Then I made my cookie butter ganache, my strawberry ganache. I used my immersion blender for the strawberry ganache to make sure it was nice and smooth. This is one of my favorites. I don't do it very often because it's really, really expensive to make, but it's so good. I couldn't help myself this time. But then I needed a break from ganache, so I started making my salted caramel. I also did 2 3-times batches of this. I'm using the caramel and macarons as a filling for the milk chocolate ganache, and then also in some of the cakes. I food processed some pistachios so I could make my pistachio ganache. It was delicious. And then I had just enough heavy cream, like down to the gram, to make my milk chocolate ganache, which was the final flavor of the day. I reset my kitchen, changed my apron because it was a mess, edited this video. And that was only the first half of my day. I still have to bake all of these cakes, so I have like 7 hours left. I'll see you tomorrow morning for part 2 of day 1. Okay, love you, bye!